This kind of government will perish from the earth. Robert De Niro just called Trump a sociopathic, psychopathic, malignant narcissist. Wow, that's quite the verbal salad. I think he might have missed a syllable or two in there, but hey, who's counting? De Niro is not pulling any punches here. He's like a one-man wrecking ball smashing straight into the Trump tower of ego. Is this the ultimate Hollywood versus MAGA showdown? Let's find out. He compared the Trump family to a gangster family, which is something coming from you. What do you mean? He thinks he's a gangster. He does everything like a gangster. I don't think that gangsters in that world would think much of him. He's stupid. He's a punk. He's a dog. He's a pig. He's a con artist. A mutt who doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't do his homework. It makes me so angry that this country has gotten to this point, that this fool, this buffoon, has wound up where he has. Before we continue, quick favor. If you're loving this content, hit that subscribe button. Over 98% of viewers watch without subscribing. It costs nothing, but means everything to us. Did you click it? Great, thanks so much. Now back to the main event. Robert De Niro versus Donald Trump. It's like a heavyweight boxing match, but instead of fists, they're throwing shade. And let me tell you, De Niro's got some serious wordplay skills. Imagine this. De Niro stepping into the ring with lines sharper than his Goodfellas monologues, while Trump's over there flailing his tiny hands and yelling, "Fake news, classic mismatch." Twitter erupted faster than you can say raging bull, with memes flying left and right. One showed De Niro whispering, "You talking to me?" while Trump stood awkwardly nearby holding a golf club. Another had Trump trying to block De Niro's insults by raising his hands like a shield. Classic. About the former president. You have called him a fraud, a con artist. You've said that he's a New Yorker like you, and you've watched this brand of BS. I think of how absurd it is. This might be the one case where that could be it for him. It's a state case. He's sick. He is really genuinely a sick person that somehow has been allowed into... Back in 2011, when Trump was just a reality TV star with hair that could rival a toupee convention, De Niro started throwing shade like he was auditioning for Mean Girls. Political edition. He called Trump's act a big hustle, seeing right through the golden facade. Little did we know this was just the warm-up round. Fast forward to 2016, and De Niro's insults got spicier than a ghost pepper dipped in hot sauce. Blatantly stupid, a pig, oof. Bobby, no filter needed. It's like he saw Trump as the villain in one of his movies, except this time there were no retakes. But the mic drop moment came at the 2018 Tony Awards. De Niro went full New York and dropped the F-bomb on Trump live on national TV. I'm going to say one thing. Trump. The audience erupted louder than Trump's hair in a windstorm. Who knew your cool grandpa could swear so creatively during Thanksgiving dinner? And De Niro wasn't done. His insults evolved faster than Trump's excuses after a bad tweet. At one point, he dubbed Trump a deep fake president. Yeah, because nothing screams authentic like someone whose face might actually be CGI. Maybe De Niro has been binge-watching Black Mirror for inspiration. Or maybe he's just describing Trump's spray-tanned complexion. Does it give you some sense, not of joy, but of relief, at least that he's potentially facing some consequences? Because as you've said before, this guy's a con artist and he's gotten away with it for years. I'm not calling him. I'm tired of calling him names. He just can't be anywhere near the office of the presidency. It's funny, I was just thinking that if he actually became president, he could have done good things. Instead, he just had to do it all wrong. De Niro didn't just talk the talk, he walked the walk. Picture this. He shows up outside Trump's trial like he's auditioning for Taxi Driver 2, MAGA Boogaloo. It's like he's method acting his way into taking down Trump. Why hire actors when you've got real-life political drama unfolding right before your eyes? But guess what? Our orange-tinted reality TV star turned politician is at it again. You'd think Trump would be too busy with, I don't know, legal troubles? But nope. Turns out, he's got time to play amateur film critic. Can you imagine him sitting in Mar-a-Lago, munching on a Big Mac and saying, "Robert De Niro, Overrated. My golf game has more depth than his movies. Classic Trump, criticizing art while avoiding accountability. And let's not forget, Diao, Niro's critique wasn't just words, it was pure fire. He called Trump a sociopathic, psychopathic, malignant narcissist. That's got to sting more than a spray tan gone wrong. Meanwhile, Trump's probably over here thinking, what's a sociopath? Sounds like a plot point from one of my failed films. This isn't just Hollywood versus politics. It's a battle of egos so big they could fill Trump Tower. Or maybe just its deflated ego inflator, while Niro is bringing the heat. Trump's responding with all the grace of a toddler who lost their favourite toy, who needs popcorn. When you've got this level of drama, stick around, folks. Next up, we'll see if Trump tries to sue Niro for defamation, or just tweets something about how he invented method acting. Either way, it's gonna be epic. You've played a lot of bad. Guys, would you ever play Donald Trump? Never. There's nothing about him, there's not one redeeming thing in High Mat that I can see. Ever. He's so, as we all know, so narcissistic and self-centered. I don't think they really understand, and historically, from what I see, even in Nazi Germany, in a late-night rant, that probably had his lawyers reaching for the Tylenol. Trump went after Niro like a toddler, who just learned some new naughty words. He called Bobby a wacko and said, his movies aren't worth much anymore. Ouch, Donnie. Did you stay up past your bedtime to come up with that zinger? I mean, seriously criticizing Dow's acting chops. That's like a squirrel critiquing Einstein's theory of relativity. But wait, there's more. Trump's got a special nickname for Niro, Punchy Reel. Creative, right? It's like he's trying to be a schoolyard bully, but he forgot how insults work. Maybe he should stick to his day job. Oh wait, the Trumpster didn't stop there. He claimed he never knew how small Niro was, both mentally and physically. Wow, Trump. Making fun of someone's height. That's some real presidential material, right there. I guess when you're busy measuring crowd sizes, you've got to measure everything else too about who. Donald Trump was in 2016. You're a lifetime New Yorker, so was he, and you said the country does not realize who this fraudster is. And note, enough people listened. Do you think they'll listen now? Either for self-preservation, because they actually believe it, or they're diluting themselves or whatever. But then when that happens, and you walk into a restaurant, you see people you used to know, and all of a sudden you will see things that, like, you'll see it's invasion of the body, snatches. You'll see people you knew, or you thought you knew, all of a sudden changing, all of a sudden going with that side. But here's where it gets really juicy. Trump suggests Niro suffers from Trump derangement syndrome. Oh, because clearly anyone who criticizes him must be losing their mind. It couldn't possibly be that they just, disagree with him. Classic Trump logic. In his latest comeback, Trump boasted about having a force greater than the radical left MAGA. Yeah. Nothing screams stable genius like bragging about your fan club of keyboard warriors, ready to unleash angry tweets. I'm sure Niro is quaking in his boots at the thought of facing off against people whose biggest threat is typing all caps rents. But here's the kicker. Trump's insults are about as effective as a chocolate teapot in summer. They're melting faster than his spray tan in a sauna use, figuratively. When I say punch him in the face, go at him a bully, you punch in the face. Trouble with Trump is she's not just a bully, he's a stupid bully. Keep up the fight, keep at him, goat him hard, and every chance you get. Goat him, go at him, because people, they take notice of that stuff and don't be. He's not afraid, but he's doing what he should do. He knows that. Do you think Joe Biden's the right guy? We don't have a choice. And I think he is the right guy. He's a good guy. He's trying to do the right thing. And we don't have a choice. So who's winning this epic battle? Of words on one side, we've got Hollywood's toughest guy, Samuel L. Jackson, master of sharp lines and sharper suits on the other. The guy who thought cough was a real word. It's like watching a boxing match where one fighter lands actual punches while the other just tweets about how unfair it all is. Maybe it's time we change the channel on this circus. Because as entertaining as Donny Diapers is Twitter, tantrums and Bobby J's burns, maybe they're distracting us from fixing the real problems. After all, the world won't solve itself and neither will Trump's spelling issues.